I knew something was wrong the moment I saw the look on her face. People don't freeze like that unless a ghost has walked into the room. And in a way one had. Her ex was standing at the entrance of the cafe, scanning faces like he was hunting for someone. For a second I thought he was lost. Then his eyes landed on her, and a slow, knowing smile spread across his face. The kind of smile you only give someone you've shared a life with. My fiancé didn't smile back. She just whispered, "This can't be happening." I wish she had said anything else. Anything at all. Because those 5 words were the beginning of the end. Before he walked in, I believed her. She told me she had only been in 2 serious relationships. One ended because they wanted different things. And the other was young, stupid love. She'd said it with such calm confidence that I never questioned it. I pictured her as someone who loved carefully, rarely intentionally. I didn't know she was lying. Not yet. He walked straight to our table. Like he belonged there. Like she belonged to him. "Hey," he said, voice steady, familiar. "Didn't expect to see you here." My fiancée, Noor, looked like someone had pulled the ground out from under her. Her hand slipped out of mine. "You shouldn't be here," she murmured. He raised an eyebrow. "Why?" "Afraid to introduce me." The words hit me like a slap. Introduce? Introduce as what? I stared at her, waiting for her to look at me, explain, do something, but she kept her eyes fixed on him. "Please," she whispered. "Not now." It was the first time I'd ever heard fear in her voice when she wasn't talking to me. He finally turned to me. "You must be the fiancé," he said, reaching out his hand like this was normal. "I'm Aram." I didn't shake it. "How do you know her?" He gave a soft laugh. "How do I know her? Man, we were practically living together." The room blurred for a moment. I heard Noor inhale sharply, like she wanted to stop him but couldn't find the words. "You told me you only had 2 serious relationships," I said, staring at her. My voice sounded calm, almost too calm. The calm right before something breaks. Her eyes finally met mine. "We weren't serious." "It wasn't like that." Aram laughed again. "Wasn't serious? Noor, you cried in my kitchen when we talked about moving abroad together." Her face drained of color. People around us kept eating, sipping coffee, checking their phones. Everything felt normal except my world was quietly catching fire. She reached for my hand. Pulled it away. "Noor," I said quietly, "just tell me the truth." But she didn't. Not then. Not in that moment. Instead, she turned to him with that trembling voice I'd never heard before. "Please leave. I'm begging you." He stared at her, something like disappointment flickering in his eyes, then shrugged and walked out as casually as he'd walked in. The door shut behind him, but the damage stayed. We went home in silence. I could see her wiping tears when she thought I wasn't looking. I kept replaying the moment he smiled at her. The way her shoulders collapsed. The way she begged him to leave like she owed him something. When we finally walked into the apartment, she sat on the edge of the bed, hands shaking. "I was going to tell you," she whispered. "I just didn't want to ruin things." "What things?" I asked. "The things we built or the things you hid?" Her face crumpled. "It ended badly. I was ashamed. I didn't want you to think I was used. That hurt more than anything." "Relationships don't make you used," I said. "Lies do." Her tears fell fast, but they didn't soften anything inside me. I didn't feel pity. I felt hollow, like a room after a fire. The truth came out slowly. They had been together for almost 3 years. They had lived together for more than one. They had talked about marriage, kids, moving abroad. They had broken up because he cheated on her. And she couldn't forgive him. But she still loved him. She didn't say that last part out loud, but I heard it in the silence. In the way her voice cracked when she said his name. In the way she said, "We were stupid." Not I was. She hadn't told me because she didn't want me to know she had once loved someone that deeply. She wanted me to think I was the only one. For a week I didn't look at her the same. She cooked, cleaned, tried to hug me, tried to talk. Every night, she cried quietly beside me while thinking I was asleep. I wasn't. But every time she whispered, "I'm sorry," something inside me closed a little more. It wasn't the number of relationships. It was the lie. And the fact that someone else still lived inside her story. My revenge wasn't loud. It wasn't cruel. It was honest. The following Saturday, I drove her to the same cafe. She looked confused. Why are we here? You said you wanted to explain everything, I said. You should. To you, she said. Not to him. I invited him. Her breath caught. Why would you do that? Because I want to know who you are when you're not trying to control the truth. When Aram walked in again, she didn't freeze this time. She looked tired, worn, caught between two pasts colliding. I let them talk. I asked nothing. I interrupted nothing. I watched the way she avoided his eyes, the way he tried not to look guilty, the way a small, broken smile flickered on her face when he mentioned a memory. I didn't feel jealous. I felt clarity. After 30 minutes, I stood. Noor, I said softly, I'm not angry anymore. Her eyes lit with a flicker of hope. I'm done. The hope died. I deserve the whole truth from someone who wants to build a life with me. Not the edited version that hides the parts you're scared of. She reached for my arm. Please don't leave me like this. I gently pulled away. You left first. I'm just catching up. I walked out. She didn't chase me. Maybe she knew there was nothing left to save. Aram stayed sitting at the table, hands clasped, as if he finally understood what he had broken years ago, and what she had broken now. I don't hate her. I don't even blame her entirely. But sometimes people tell small lies to protect themselves, and those lies turn into walls. And by the time they try to let you in, you're already gone. I'm not angry. I'm free. And for the first time in months, that feels like the real truth.